A bit of my interface here so you understand what I'm doing throughout the video. This is the canvas where I draw. Near the right side of the screen are my layers: foreground, midground, and background. You may have noticed that something is already in the background but hidden. On the bottom of the screen is the frame timeline. That's where all my frames are located. The blue shows which frame I'm currently on, and these buttons on the side are onion skin. Onion skin can show frames that are before and after. Alright, with that gone over, I can start the tutorial. The very first thing you should establish when making a run cycle is the ground. I put down a straight green line in the background so that it will show up on all of my frames, and my character will be able to run on it as I animate. Once you have your floor drawn, we can move on to step 1. In accordance to that floor line, draw 3 circles on your topmost layer. These circles represent your animal's head, chest, and hip. We are going to simulate a run cycle with these circles later, and then make a real run cycle out of them with actual body parts. If you're not sure where to place these circles, just draw a quick sketch of your character. Now that you have the circles down, we can move on to step 2. Step 2 will establish the 3 main frames in our animation. We are going to position these circles in 3 different poses, and those poses will be our 3 main frames. You'll see that I have drawn a straight line through the head and chest, and then a second line through the hip. These lines show how far the circles can realistically go while running, because remember, those circles are points of your actual animal's body. To draw the lines for your circles, focus on certain points of your character. Draw a line through the head and chest that goes a little bit past both circles. It could start on your character's forearm and end at your character's ears. Draw a second line that leaves the hip circle in the middle. This line should start halfway up the animal's stomach and should end after the tail. With the lines committed, we can now position these circles. Easily enough, the head and chest will move together, so I'm going to crop these 2 and move them down to the bottom of my line. Now I need to position the hip. I'm just going to move it all the way leftward to the start of its line. There we go, that will be the first main frame. Position your circles like this, and then I'll show you the second main frame. This second frame will have all of the circles in the middle of their lines, as if the animal were simply standing, like in my sketch. Copy this and put it away with your first main frame, and then I'll show you the third main frame. This is where the circles reach the end of their line. The head circle will be all the way to the top, and the hip circle will be all the way rightward, towards the tail. I chose these 3 positions on the lines because they correlate to 3 specific moments on a run cycle. Here are the 3 main frames again, but with some onion skin. With the circles positioned like that, my animal is doing different things with its legs. Hopefully you can see your animal doing these positions too. If not, don't worry, I'm about to explain how you're going to draw your animal in these positions. Hopefully you can see your animal doing these positions too. If not, don't worry, I'm about to explain how you're going to draw your animal in these positions. I'm going to show you the 3 main frames again, but this time without the lines. The animal is in green, and with verbal instruction for how to draw this position in your run cycle. Make sure to draw your animal on a different layer from the circles. Mine is on the midground layer. Main frame 1. If you remember, these circles are the closest they've ever been to each other. They're at the start of their lines. That means the back is arched, not straight. Your animal's back should curve with the hip circle as its reference. Looking at the front arm, we can see that it's tilted back as far as it can. The arm is about to let go, angled back on its paw. Because the front leg is about to let go, the hind leg is in the air, bent and angled down to take its place. The hind leg is going to take the next step because the front arm is going to be airborne soon. Main frame 2. The back is straight because the circles are pretty leveled away from each other, Now it's the hind leg's turn to be angled back and almost ready to let go. The front arm should be bent and pushing forward, almost like the animal is diving. Mainframe 3. The back should be angled higher near the chest now, tilted away from the hip. Now the front arm is unbent and reaching forward. They are going to hit the ground soon and land paw first. The hind leg has just kicked off and is in the air. Once you've drawn those 3 main frames, we can move on to step 3. It's time to make some in-between frames